Hello student, I am Mrs. Bhattad KS from SKPP Polytechnic Kopargaon. I want to continue the same unit, that is water review lecture. In our previous video, we have gone through hardness, hard water, soft water, causes of hardness of water, types of hardness, and then how to measure hardness of water. Then we have focused on effect of hard water in boiler and how to minimize problem arise due to hard water in boiler. Then we have focused on water softening technique, that is these three water softening technique we have gone through. And now we are moving for rest part, that is potable water treatment or municipal water treatment. Potable water treatment, that is the water which is fit for drinking, is called as potable water. There are 6 techniques to have potable water. They are sedimentation. In case of sedimentation, just keep water without disturbing, that is undisturbed water. This undisturbed water removes colloidal impurity or heavier particle, that is by means of gravitational force they all settle down, and supernatant liquid is sedimented water. Then next is coagulation. In coagulation we need to use coagulant. Well-known coagulant is alum. In Marathi we call it as turuti. When we apply alum over the surface of water, it forms gelatinous PPT of hydroxide, and it takes all muddy matter and bacteria, or absorb all muddy matter and bacteria, becomes heavy and settle down. The supernatant liquid is colorless and germ free to some extent. Later on, filtration techniques are there, which are generally performed by municipality on large scale. Municipality utilizes or uses gravity sand filter. In gravity sand filter, there are layers of sand as per size, and water is filtered more or percolated through various layers, and the filtered water, or finally the water obtained, is colorless and somewhat tasteful. The same sand filter can be used in speedy manner, and the filter is called as pressure filter. Finally, the technique or the important technique in potable water treatment is sterilization. Sterilization means make water germ free or sterile. There are number of sterilization techniques. Like first one is boiling, but boiling is the technique which gives us 100% germ free water, but cannot be performed by municipality. We need to perform it at our home. That is a small, or we can perform boiling at small scale, or this is the domestic technique. Municipality most of the time sterile water by means of chlorination. Chlorination can be performed by using chlorine gas, or by using bleaching powder, or by using chloramine tablet. All these 3 techniques generates chlorine gas, which reacts with water, form hypochlorous acid. Hypochlorous acid forms nascent oxygen, and generated nascent oxygen kills germ and makes water germ free. So remember guys, chlorination makes water germ free by means of generating nascent oxygen. Chlorination can be done by using directly chlorine gas, but which is quite harmful, as if concentration of chlorine increases by 2 ppm, then it hammers our mucous membrane. Bleaching powder, that is the most accepted technique by by municipality. Bleaching powder formula, remember guys, CaOCl2. This bleaching powder use is easy, cheaper, and proportion is 1 kilogram of bleaching powder is required for 1000 liter of water. But use of bleaching powder makes water hard. Later on, chloramine formula ClNH2. Chloramine tablets are quite expensive, but the technique is widely used at army level or in army. Next sterilization technique is ozonization by means of passing ozone gas. Ozone formula O3, that is oxygenated oxygen. Remember, ozone again breaks into oxygen and nascent oxygen, and generated nascent oxygen kills bacteria. In above two technique, I think you got the idea that germ killing material or factor is a nascent oxygen. Next is aeration. Aeration, in case of aeration, we have to do nothing. Just by sprinkling or by keeping fountain, water is brought in contact with more air. By means of fountain, you will have small droplets of water, and if small droplet of water is surrounded by air, then more oxygen will enter into the water. Entered oxygen will make water germ free, or moreover it will sterile water. Next one is ultraviolet rays, that is by exposing water with ultraviolet radiation. But again, it cannot be performed by municipality as it is expensive. But it is widely performed in water parks or at swimming pool. That is just giving exposure of water to ultraviolet lamp for some hours. Later on, by filtering water or by means of removing algae, we can have potable water. So remember guys, number of questions may arise in exam as a MCQ on potable water. Please go through this. Now we are moving for wastewater treatment. Wastewater, that is the water which come out of house, bathroom, kitchen, that is domestic waste, or it may be an industrial waste, or it may be a waste flowing through road, that is a storm water, etc. Any water which is flowing through ditch is known as wastewater, or in short we call it as sewage. Sewage is nothing but liquid flowing through ditch. Ditch म्हणजे गटार. Depending upon characteristics of sewage, it depends upon whether it is recyclable or where to use after treatment. Which characters are taken into consideration? Physical characters and chemical characters. If sewage is fresh, then it is easy to recycle, but as it becomes stale, it becomes difficult to recycle, and moreover, the obtained water is not so much of purity. Hence, we need to use it roughly, like for plant or for agricultural purposes. Treatment of sewage focus on BOD and COD, calculation of wastewater, that is sewage. BOD is biochemical oxygen demand, which takes 5 days for determination, whereas COD is chemical oxygen demand, which can be calculated in laboratory within 1 to 2 hours. Remember guys, water is life on earth, and resources of water are depleting. So it is our humble duty to recycle water and to use it again, that is reuse water by means of recycling. On earth, near about 70 to 70% of water is there in sea, that is seawater. But as we all know, seawater is of too much hardness or too hard, and hence unfit for any of the application. But what about the seashore country? Seashore country are utilizing seawater by means of desalination process, which is called as reverse osmosis. In short, RO. We have RO at our home for drinking water. That is, whatever water we drink is RO water. So what is RO? Before RO, we will have a focus on osmosis. That is, first we will discuss osmosis and later on reverse osmosis. See, two diagrams are there on screen, and C1, C2 solvent or C1, C2 concentrations are given. C2 is nothing but higher concentration of solute, that is, this is the more concentrated solution, whereas C1 is less concentrated solution. Now see the tendency of solvent naturally, that is osmosis. What is osmosis? Flow of solvent from lower concentration to higher concentration through semi-permeable membrane is osmosis. A new term is arised, that is SPM. Long form is semi-permeable membrane. That is, this membrane allows solvent to flow but not to solute. I repeat again, osmosis is removal of solvent, not of solute. So what is to be done in reverse osmosis? In reverse osmosis, water is removed from seawater. Water is removed from seawater. That is, salts are at their place only. What we are removing? We are removing water from seawater. Now try to understand. Here pressure is applied on this side, and whatever pressure is required to have balance of these two levels, that is nothing but osmotic pressure. The same osmotic pressure is applied on seawater, and with that osmotic pressure, whatever solvent or water is flowing through SPM, that is semi-permeable membrane, that is nothing but pure water, and the process is reverse osmosis. That is, reverse osmosis is nothing but what? A removal of solvent from solution. The obtained water is fit for drinking purpose and hence widely preferred in countries which are situated at seashore. Now, thank you guys. We have completed our 3 unit through various videos. Now it is my humble request to you all that go through these videos, try to have your own notes in this lockdown period. These videos will keep you in touch with the syllabus and will be helpful to remind whatever we have discussed in our classes. Now we are going to take submission based on question answers. So it is request to you all that go through these all videos and prepare yourself for oral. Thank you.